Welcome back. So, we have a few things to go over today, a couple pieces of news from last week that I didn't cover, and the important one today, the testing of the Tigers of Burma update. So, running from today, December 10th, to December 11th, there's going to be a test server up. I'll be on there a little bit later today, check out all the new things. I probably will record some of that. I'll either put up another video later today or tomorrow. Um, we'll see. It just depends on how much is on there and, what my time looks like today. But that's a little bit of news. It's always fun to get out there and test things. You can try out things that, are coming ahead of time, give your feedback if you like them, if you don't like them, all that. So it's definitely worth doing if you have the time and the download space for a second copy of Enlisted, of course. Moving on from there, couple things from last week. Number one, new Battlefield Burma. So, the Tigers of Burma, shock, we're getting a Burma map, which is going to be pretty cool. Perfect for that nationalist Chinese squad that we're going to be getting in this coming update. So, there's a little bit in here about Burma, 1942 to 1945. It looks like it's going to be a really cool map. It looks like it's going to be one of the most unique maps appearance-wise because of all the different architecture and whatnot. Um, I appreciate that we're finally going to be getting a map somewhere other than Guadalcanal in the Pacific. The only thing that I think disappoints me a little bit here is that we're not really seeing any more Chinese forces being added. I would have liked to have seen, um, yes, I'm downloading it in the background. I would have liked to have seen the Chinese get added into the Soviet tech tree as like the Eastern allies, and then I would have liked to have seen the Soviets fight the Japanese. Um, but I also would have really liked to have seen an expansion of the British tech tree in the like Western allies tree. And I feel like there's probably a missed opportunity here because of that. Regardless, it looks like it's going to be a really pretty map. These structures look amazing. I love the little lanterns here. Um, I like the spires. I really like the architecture, and I think that's going to make it a really refreshing, really interesting map to be on. It looks like it's going to have a nice mix of urban and like open terrain. It also looks like it's going to have a decent mix of solid and less solid structures, which is really going to be a nice change from what we have in the Pacific, because right now you can basically shoot through all the buildings in the Pacific. So this will be nice. I look forward to this. I'll probably, when I'm on the test server, try to record running around the map. I'll probably run around a little on foot and then fly around it a little bit from the air just to, get a sense of the layout. Finally, they're making improvements to the rider class. Like, finally, this is our final piece of news, but honestly, finally, as in it's taken them forever, and we're finally getting an update to the rider class. So, what I'm really curious here is in the picture, we have a guy with a bazooka in the background. If we can put an AT guy on a bike and ride around like it's a mongoose, that's going to be awesome. Um, Realistically, I don't know if you'll be able to fire it off the bike. I don't know if you'll get an AT soldier, but if you do, that is going to give a little bit more value to these squads. But the big one is that the bikes are now going to be mobile ammo depots, which is something I've wanted for a while now. The bikes need something to set them apart. The half track's got the spawn point, so they could have given it to bikes, but it would have felt redundant. And the bikes would have been a lot easier to hide, so I understand why they might not have wanted to do that. But having a mobile ammo box, especially because people just leave the bikes laying around, it's going to be convenient. It's not something I would rely on. It's probably not enough to make me actually use them, but it is a major improvement, and it does give them some real value. So they're also going to be leveling faster. They talked about in here how it takes too long to level them for the most part. They're also upping them to 3 soldiers, which will put them in line with all the premium bikes. Um, to be 100% honest, I would have preferred to see the bikes come in as like little biker squads where you're on a 2-seater bike and then you've got like 2 more bikes that come with you, and they could either be singles or duals. Um, I would prefer three duels so you get like a six-man squad where you ride up and they follow you, but that might have been difficult to make. I don't know how well the AI would be able to handle them, but I think that would have been kind of fun. I think it would have given them a place on at least my lineup because they'd be able to get around the map pretty quickly, kind of like a half-track team, but they'd also be like a full-size squad, so I'd actually use them. Three-man squads just aren't enough for me. It just doesn't do it. Like running five-man gorillas is fine because they're gorillas and the ability to go into the gray zone is huge, so I don't mind losing out on specialists and I don't mind going down to a five-man squad, but I don't like running squads that are smaller than five. Moving on from there, they're also improving the physics a little bit on the bikes, so that'll just be a nice quality of life upgrade. In general, the bikes are definitely improving. They definitely have a use now. They just don't have a use on my lineup. So that may be different for you if you're progressing the tech tree. They might add in some much needed mobility and much needed ability to flank. Um, I'll probably look at them again. I'll probably look at the premium bikes again since I think I have both of them, but I know I have the German one. I just can't remember. I got them like way back in the day in Tunisia, and I barely used them, but I have them, so I'll probably look at them again. I'll probably put out a video about them at some point in the next couple of weeks whenever the update drops, just to go over how they compare to the tech tree ones now that the tech tree guys are getting another soldier. So we'll see. Very exciting news. Glad to see that the test server's up. Hopefully we'll see the update sometime before Christmas. I imagine it'll probably be next week at the earliest, but maybe I'll be surprised and it'll be at the end of this week. I just don't think it'll be this week, but we'll see. As per usual, get out there, kick ass, take names, and win your games.